You know for a fact that anime game fans here are eating pretty darn well this year, with not just one but two major game releases back to back here. Things are only heating up that much more. With the recent trailer here that dropped, thanks to Sega, for Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles 2, I for one am absolutely over the moon, you could say here, in regards to my expectations for this game and my overall first general impressions from what we've seen here of this upcoming anime game and what it entails here so far. Now, with this announcement here, guys, I could not help but want to throw in my 2 cents into the ring here, as they say, with what I hopefully will have come true when this title eventually drops. And going over this recent trailer, we have the Entertainment District arc as well as the Swordsmith Village arc. But I can't help but feel that is this truly all the game has to offer? How far up to the Infinity Castle are we going to in fact be going here in terms of Hinokami Chronicles 2's length overall? You know, I couldn't help but wonder and go back and check out the manga to really see just what this roster might in fact be like once this game finally does end up releasing worldwide and we get to finally sink our teeth here into everything that Hinokami Chronicles 2 has going for it with all these brand new gameplay mechanics and changing up the movesets for characters and whatnot, as I generally expected here from this type of sequel. You know, with Cyber Connect 2 and, like I said, Sega here at the beginning of the video, really trying to kick things up a notch and allow this game, this sequel I should say, to truly shine and allow us to play as all of our favorite characters here from the manga, leading up to, of course, then hopefully the Infinity Castle. And I'm not sure if we're going to be getting characters from that at all. Perhaps it's DLC in some form or some fashion. But for what it's worth, though, we already have a few upper rank demons confirmed here for the game so far. But that doesn't mean that we can't have perhaps a few lower rank ones playable as well here that are waiting to be unleashed upon us all over these next couple of months until the game ends up releasing then, like I said. So, first things first though, right off the bat, what characters are you guys personally excited for here in regards to the Hinokami Chronicles 2? Whether it's heroes, villains, anything in between here in terms of allegiances, let me know down below which character or set of characters even, which could include of course duos and whatnot, do you want to be personally playable in this game? Whether that's found in the base game, you know, as additional DLC down the road, depending on how long this game gets support for. It's really all, like I said, speculation at this point in time, but I really just want to share my excitement here with you guys as we hopefully will be getting a lot more trailers covering this game and showing off more gameplay and all the other revamped system mechanics in full depth and detail. So first up here, let's go over the upper ranks. So I hope that Kukushibo is playable, since I feel like his design is so creepy enough that it would be awesome to have a character like that in this game, to go off the sort of horror movie-esque monster type vibes that really I feel is missing that I truly feel is missing here from the first Hinokami Chronicles. You know, aside from Akaza and a few of the other demons that were playable, such as Enmu and whatnot, like from the Mugen Train movie, I just feel like we need more of that horror-esque factor here, you know? More grotesque and truly scary nightmare fuel type of demons here when it comes to the roster in this game. So, speaking of upper rank and all that, we did get Akaza, like I said, in the first Hinokami Chronicles game, but perhaps then, this is a hot take, I feel. But what about having Hatengu be playable in this in some type of manner? Obviously by himself, though, separated from Gyoko, but whether he's just on the ground running around kind of whimpering or he's standing up on his legs and is ready to actually, you know, fight with his claws and whatnot, and then his true form to really add on to like the scary factor here and to really make him stand out as not just like a joke character, which I think would be funny in and of itself to have in this type of game, but just really adding in demons here that make the roster that much more unique in its own regard here. So then moving on to one of my other picks here, this time though we're going to go down to the lower ranks for Muzan's demon army here. So one pick that I really want personally here is going to have to be Rokuro. And I feel like they could be an interesting choice as well, or any really of the other lower ranks that we haven't really seen so far. But I personally just want as many other villains in this game to be included because let's be real here. In the first Hinokami Chronicles game, we had less than 10 villains to choose from, and the other rest of the roster then for the remaining characters were all just heroes or variants of Tanjiro, Yunosuke, Zenitsu, Nezuko even. You know, I could go on and on about the roster for the first Hinokami Chronicles and all that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm trying to instead really be optimistic here and really be positive when it comes to the Hinokami Chronicles 2, because I want this game to succeed not just as a sequel, but as an anime game that, for what it's worth, the first game wasn't bad. It was definitely better than like meh or mid tier, but you know, it was fun. Once you get more acquainted and adapted to the combat and how to actually perform combos and combo strings like that with your partner when tagging in and out, and then lining that up with the surge mode and then landing that ultimate for that crispy fresh finish, and just coming in for that chef's kiss right at the end to really just seal the deal and take the cake. And I know I keep rhyming here, but what I'm trying to get across is that it's just so utterly satisfying. It was really laying the groundwork for something that could be that much more better, that much more refined, that much more expanded on, and hopefully add some more depth to it that I personally feel was lacking from the first game. Just a few more combos for each character, perhaps one or two other combos, just to really flesh out each fighter and make them feel that much more distinct and unique here in terms of their own individual movesets and whatnot. I have one more character that I really want to see end up making it into the roster here for Hinokami Chronicles 2. Now, this is a huge long shot. Huge, absolutely massive on my end. But what if, in fact, Muzan would be playable here? Finally, a fully fledged playable character with his own surge mode and all that, and ultimate, complete moveset, everything else that's fully original and unique to him in Hinokami Chronicles 2 as like the ultimate character, some kind of final boss hack mechanics or something, a teleport move probably, a counter, some type of, you know, lightning fast speed, or maybe a brand new mechanic that's unique solely to him. Maybe some kind of like one hit knockout combo or something like that. But otherwise, no, I don't have any real gripes with the first Hinokami Chronicles. It came out, a few of the additional characters were released and whatnot over you know, the lifespan that it had. And up until now, I still play it every now and then. I'll dust it off and give this really fun Demon Slayer game some proper love and attention. There are a few things that could have definitely used some refining and tuning from CyberConnect 2 and whatnot, but it's definitely not the worst anime game I ever played. Oh no. That's really, something for another day. And perhaps sometime for another future video topic as well. But yeah, so what are you guys really excited for here in regards to Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2? Are you guys also, in fact, looking forward to it? Have you even watched the trailers for it yet? When those recently dropped a few weeks ago here. It's really hard to keep up with all the news here, and then on top of that, we have Bleach Rebirth of Souls coming out soon too. So I, for one, am absolutely hype here. We have less than a week now to go before that finally comes out. But staying here on the topic as best I can of Demon Slayer and whatnot, do you guys think also that we'll be getting any other perhaps future movie characters? Like, say, if any were to debut in the Infinity Castle movie coming out, that perhaps we could have them also join the crew here in Hinokami Chronicles 2 at some point during its lifespan. I'm going to try and stay optimistic about it and really try to keep my hopes at a even keel, you could say, because while I do want this game to succeed, I don't want to go in, completely super, you know, unrealistically optimistic and then have my hopes dashed by a few characters not being merely included or, end up being confirmed or deconfirmed even because that does happen as well. We have characters that all the time don't end up being playable and are relegated to the roles of NPCs and whatnot. So again, that's another thing that I have to really keep my expectations here as neutral as I can without being so hyped. When it comes to these types of anime games, it's just the nature of things, it's just how they are. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. I'll be happy to cover Hinokami Chronicles 2, depending on what type of trailers drop and if there's enough new information and footage that you guys want to actually see me cover it here, then be sure to let me know. And I'll happily reserve some time to set aside to tackle everything here regarding Demon Slayer. Those are my 2 cents as well regarding what characters I'd love to see here, hopefully appear as being fully playable in Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2. But be sure to stick around though and stay tuned as always for more content and much, much more. So then, guys, I'm signing out for today, but I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the flip side.